All right. Hi, Pigeons. This is Geriatric with another episode of Straight Talk. I'm so sorry to report that Lady Raven is on special assignment today and she will be joining us later on. But we're going solo, so God help who's ever being interviewed with me. On that note, my pronouns are she and her, they and them. Just please don't piss me off because, Lady Raven's not here to control me. Anyway, we're just going to keep going. So please, Fleece, introduce yourself. We're so excited to have you on the show.
Hey, this is me, 1/4 of Fleece, Matt, aka it's Matt, aka Matthew Rogers. How are you doing?
Does it all fit in a birth certificate?
No, they had to keep printing it. It's still going actually.
That's wonderful. And I have not had anything to drink today, so God only knows how this is going to go.
Well, I hope you're in a good mood at least.
Oh, I'm always in a good mood. I'm on my 8th husband.
There you go.
He keeps me satisfied, that's for sure. Anyway. Well, so your music, I got to see some of your recent videos. I think the last one, I can't remember the name of it. This is where the gray hair starts to kick in.
The most recent one, our sexy one, it's called Do You Mind? Leave the Light On. Is that the one?
Yeah, that's the one where you're laying on the bed.
I'm laying on the bed, I'm half naked, I'm feeling my oats, I'm having a good time.
Yeah. So tell me a little bit about the song. It was very intriguing. It seemed to be really appropriate for the times.
Yeah. The song, it's like, when I start writing, it's kind of like stream of consciousness, like kind of like we were playing in a dark room and the lights were off. So that's where like Leave the Light On, that lyric came out from. And then I was kind of tying the pieces together and like it became this song that's kind of about dating culture, about grindr culture, and about kind of like wanting to be in love with someone for one night. When you're with someone in the bedroom, it's just a hookup, but like you want to feel that like intense romantic passion, even though you kind of are both on the same page and know that like the way these apps work, or we're not in love and we're probably not going to want to see each other after this. But it's kind of trying to like explain that like bittersweet kind of like romantic feeling that's like not necessarily the best feeling, but like I wonder if other people feel it. That's kind of why I put that song together.
Passion's important, Pigeons. Always important. You've got to have a passion. And passion is amazing. It seems. So how are you coping with all the COVID-19 and all that crap?
It's been honestly like I'm one of the more privileged people in COVID-19, I'd say, because I'm a musician who works at home. Like it's been pretty easy. Everything's kind of gone to Zoom instead when it comes to like mixing with people and songwriting with people. Sometimes we'll do like an in-session mask thing to make new songs, but I kind of do Fleece and I do production stuff on the side, and I've been kind of working with it. I don't know, I had COVID. So once I had it, I was like, okay, what's next? Like, I think I have to beat this thing. I had it all the way back in March.
Wow. So is it, let's clear this up right now. Is it anything like the flu?
I've actually never had the flu, so I don't think I can speak to that. But it was pretty chill for the most part. I just had like a headache for 14 days. I lost my taste and smell. I was incredibly anxious because it was March and no one knew like if you're gonna die from COVID or not. And the night I found out I had it was like the 8th day, where they're like, so you're either gonna start getting better or you're gonna go in the hospital. So, I mean, I'm here now, right? It was pretty fine.
Well, that's good. So Matt, how do you kind of describe your music? Like I know we were talking just before we turned the video on, but how do you describe your music and your band's music?
Lately, I've just been calling it gay rock music. It's like the easiest way to describe it. It's got harmonies. It's got like a bit of Queen in there. It's like psychedelic rock, but I think like people have been kind of like getting it from gay rock music. So that's how I've been describing it now. it's songs that like are about boys kissing boys and like feeling different, and it's kind of advice to myself. So it's kind of like a lot about self-work, getting like self-bettering, and I don't know, that all that kind of stuff is pretty gay to me.
Well, those boys are good kissers, some of them, I'll tell you. So, yeah, no. So what's your inspiration? So do you write as a group, or do you write as individuals and then collaborate? How do you do your music then?
So it used to be more, there's been like kind of 3 editions of the band. One 5 years ago, and it was just like a bunch of boys. We all kind of would just like get in the room, write together. And then the last album was more just me kind of writing songs, bringing to the table with the drummer Ethan. And then we kind of got the 2 other members from the band, Jameson and Megan, to just like make their parts. And we kind of wrote their parts for them then. And now it's much more collaborative. I'd say we get into the room. I usually come up with like a chord structure or like a melody line, and then we kind of just like feel out the music together and we play live, and we just keep like killing our darlings, like whatever sounds the best, whatever makes the most sense, whatever we think like where all of our brains collectively go is kind of how we decide where the music should go. Like we all want to be just as excited about the songs as each other. So that's kind of our main way of songwriting now. And it's fun. And I think it really comes up with a good product when you're focusing on like collaboration, right?
Well, it does make it more fun.
It makes it more fun. And I think it really shows in the music. Like it just sounds better when it's the 4 of us.
Well, if you're doing it alone, it's called masturbation, honey.
Exactly. No, it really is. And like, it's funny, but it's also true. Like, if you're trying to make a song and get everyone to do your parts, no one's gonna care. It's just like you masturbating in the corner. Like everyone's kind of like, "Okay, well, we'll watch, but like we're not having as much fun as you are."
It is
Right?
true. It's so much more fun with friends. Oh my goodness. See, this is Lady Raven's not here to go, Jerry, stop it.
Jerry, stop it.
Yeah.
I'm here.
Yeah. Oh, good. You can be the voice of reason now.
Yeah, I'll be the voice of reason today.
So what's some of the things that you have coming up then? You obviously got some new songs coming out and stuff like that as time kind of progresses, from what I'm gathering.
Yeah, with Fleece, we just released a new song. We've done 4 singles in the past year. People have been loving them. We've been kind of like working the Spotify game, getting Spotify to know us more, get the algorithms to care about our music, which we've kind of, I think, done a decent job at. And now we've got a full record that we've actually just finished this morning. We just finished the mix, and we don't officially have a release date yet, but like sometime in the next year, we're going to be releasing a record.
Nice. So do you, so how do people find you, Matt? Like, what's the easiest way to people find your music?
Fleece, I'd say Spotify or Apple Music, any streaming source. YouTube, if you want to see like what our whole personality and every like kind of weird vibe that we produce is on. Like there's our most recent video, Upside Down. I think if you want to know what Fleece is and you've never heard of us, that's us. It's this cute little animated video that shows us falling in love with our alter egos, and it's pretty fun.
That's great. Well, we will make sure that we include it on our in the video so people can actually find it. So
Beautiful.
So is there any plans coming together after COVID? I know this is kind of speculation at this point.
Totally. It's so hard to say. I mean, now that we're working with Pecan for booking agents, as our booking agent, sorry. I think we'll definitely have some things happening, hopefully in September, August in Canada. I think these next 3 months are going to be the real teller, though. Like once all the important people who like get their vaccine have gotten their vaccine, I think everything's going to start moving like really quickly in terms of like shows booking, and especially in Canada. I don't know about the States because no one knows about the States. Fucking shit show.
Well, it is the US.
Yeah.
I mean, I love the people, but damn, it's
I
like
love
watching a
people
dumpster
now.
fire.
Yeah, it really is. But playing shows there is so fun, and I'm really obsessed with gas stations in America. They have everything you've ever wanted in every gas station. It's so different than Canada. You can get dinner, you can get a t-shirt, like it's capitalism haven. So if you're there to buy something, it's a really fun time.
Just on a serious note, are you finding diversity is a bit of a challenge when it comes to media and getting out there, getting known?
Yeah, I think so. I think now more than ever, like it's a pretty funny time to even like identify as like making something that's gay, because oftentimes people a lot of times will accuse you of like doing things for clout, right? Like, are you saying you're gay rock because that's what's hip? Are you identifying within like your marginalized sector because like you think it'll keep you more afloat in this industry? So I think that makes it like hard sometimes to like come off as genuine, because like I think we're genuinely like I'm just writing songs about my life. That's pretty much all it is. And then we have to put it into a ball and package it. And I'm like, okay, how do you do that without coming across as someone who's ingenuine? Is something I struggle with sometimes in this climate. That makes sense?
No, it does. It does.
Yeah.
It seems like big media tries to pigeonhole everybody.
Yeah, well, it's because like people and big media is like used to having labels to like make people make sense. And I think Fleece for a while we were just like we're just weird, and like that's what we are, because we are just weird. Like it's like our drummer is like super ADHD and he's very like gender ambiguous, and everyone's like what is he, but like it's hard to like say what is he. It's just kind of like queer rock, it's kind of gay rock. It's like we're just we're for people that don't fit into categories, I would say, is what we are.
Wow.
How do you
No,
define that, right?
I don't think you can.
How do you define
Really?
that without sounding pretentious or like just like wrong?
Yeah, no, I don't think you can define that. I don't think we should define anything anyway. I think it just should
No.
just be so much easier.
It's so much easier, but then when it comes to like pitching your music to Spotify to get out there and for people to hear you, you do have to. So there's a balance, I think. It's like
Yeah,
don't hit
no,
home who you are every second. It's like just be yourself is like how I'm trying to like navigate this big media scene, but like also like obviously sometimes I'm like, okay, I'm gonna say what like sells, because like you have to sell yourself when it comes to Spotify. You have to make yourself different. You have to try and be someone who can stick out for these so that the algorithms can get to the right people. You know what I mean? Like I'm just trying to impress the people who are in charge, the gatekeepers.
well, it's like that TikTok thing. Like, what the heck
Yeah.
is that? Like, ugh.
TikTok? Well, we've been actually doing really well on TikTok, and the videos that do well make no sense. Like there's one video where there's a song. One of the lyrics is "You're not the reason for this song," and I was in practice once, and I said, "You're not the reason, suck my balls," and that video has like 300,000 views, and it's the only video that's like really taken off, and like I guess people just want to hear me talking about suck my balls, and like that's what the people want to hear.
I think
Or
there's a fascination with them.
yeah,
It's kind of like breasts.
exactly. TikTok's cool though, because TikTok compared to Instagram, people will read you on TikTok. If you make a video that's like kind of weird and like no one gets it, people are gonna come being like, I don't get it. Like, what is this? Versus Instagram, I think everyone's just kind of ignore you. Do you know what I mean? Like, Instagram's more like it's very like business. It's very formal. TikTok is like all these Gen Z kids do whatever the hell they want on it, and people like the stuff that makes no sense.
Well, we actually do it. We started TikTok, and I hate it.
It's hard. I think it's like the humor of it. Anyone I've shown who's like 30 plus just doesn't get the humor.
No, no. We do it, but we were trying to get viewers so we could do a story time, but we don't do like a normal story time. We don't do anything for kids. We're very adult oriented in our story time.
I feel like, you know how you could do well on TikTok is like, I feel like from your interviews, just like take like small segments that are like really funny, but funny out of context. I feel like could be good, you know, something like that. It's like, what are they even talking about? Like, what are they even going on about? That could be good for your TikTok.
Well, that might be an idea, like masturbating alone in the corner.
Exactly. Yeah. People, all the kids will really love that, I'm sure. Or
I'm gonna have to remember that. That's
I'm
right.
supposed to be the one who's telling you not to talk about this, though, right? I'm supposed to be the one saying no.
Well, Pigeons, I wanted to say thank you very much, Matt. We sure do appreciate you taking time out just to kind of fill us in on what you're doing and what you're up to. And it's a great pleasure to learn a little bit about you and the band and Fleece and all the wonderful things you're doing.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, we've got more coming, so keep your eyes peeled.
Oh, for sure. And don't be afraid to send it to us. We're happy to share it anytime.
Perfect. Yeah.
Yeah. And then maybe when you get your Grammy, we'll get you back on the show.
Perfect. Yeah.
Or Juno. A Juno award would be nice.
Honestly, either. We'll take them.
Yeah. Right? Well, Pigeons, thank you for tuning in to another episode of Straight Talk. Make sure that you like, follow, share, and subscribe by hitting that red devil's doorbell down at the bottom. Yes, the devil's doorbell, as Lady Raven would say. Hit that button so we can all squeal. Because we need it, honey. We need it. Anyway, Pigeons, take care, stay safe, and remember, never underestimate your voice and who you are. Bye-bye, Pigeons!